up here, you will notice this large box in front of me that has come from Great Britain. None other than Ian at Speedy Feet. And anyone that's been watching my channel already knows what this is. I was quite surprised that it got here today, because as of Sunday morning, it still said it was in Great Britain. And then later in the day on Sunday, it said it was in Tennessee. So I figured, okay, well, if it's in Tennessee, it'll take a couple days to get here. Lo and behold, here it is, which is very exciting. And where did I put my... Oh, this is my Gotway Msuper 820 watt hour. Oh no, 840 watt hour. And the first thing I can tell you is the box is heavy, really, really heavy. I knew they were heavy, I didn't quite expect it to be that heavy. Okay, please read all my instructions. Thank you. Oh, Speedy Feet. You can put a little thing in here also. I will read that later, I promise. Okay, this is the UK style power adapter. Luckily I have US style. I have a few extras of these. And Ian gave me a heads up that I was going to have to provide this, so it's not a surprise. Alright. We got charger. None of this stuff is really new to me since I've seen so many videos of people unboxing Msupers, including Ian. Alright. And lift the beast out real quick. Man, that's heavy. Yeah, I thought my 9-bot T Plus was pretty heavy, but this is much heavier. Okay, oh no, it is 820 watt hours. I don't know why. I thought it was 820 and then I said 840, but it is actually 820. It looks nice and shiny. Guess I should look at the camera when I'm filming. Have my Gotway, I guess maybe that's the serial number on here. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to, wow, the tire is thick. Look at that tire. That is really, that's a substantial tire. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in the charger and I want to put some air in the tire. I can feel it's quite low. And I'll be back after that. Alright, got my first little issue. You know, when Ian described and sent me a picture of the plug that I needed for the device, this is the one that came with it. If you look at the end of that. And I saw that, I'm like, okay, well I have plugs like that. You know, some of my AV equipment has plugs like this. And if you see, that's slightly different. See the difference right there. So I've gone through two of my plugs. Two of my plugs are no good. I'm hoping in my vast collection of various cords I have one that will actually work, but I might not. Okay, I did not have any in my cable connection, but I just happened to take a glance up at my Samsung monitor that I have in my hobby room here, and guess what? This little power box here has a detachable cord that fits perfectly. So I will just get another cord for the Samsung and I will use this for my Gotway. Awesome. Okay, just remove the tag that I think has the serial number on, and this warning sticker. Please ride, blah blah blah. Okay, basically says don't be stupid or you could hurt yourself. Okay, so I'm turning it on. I could act like it's the first time, but it's not. I'm just curious. Backlight is glowing. And I hear that whine that everyone talks about. Yeah, you can see that. You can see the light glowing. Trying to determine what kind of battery life I have on it. And this thing feels like a beast. Holy cow. Okay, well, I'm going to put some air in it and then try to charge it. I have to look up. I don't remember if Ian said that you're supposed to have this on for some reason. But when you attach the charging port to it. Else it sparks. I think he said that, so I'm gonna reference that, and I'll be back. All right. One of the things Marty talked about in his review was a very unthoughtful placement of the valve stem for the Gotway, and it definitely is not well thought out, because there's really no clearance here. This plastic doesn't come off. I've heard of some people that actually have cut some of this plastic to give them room to inflate it easier. I know Marty has a right angle adapter for his air hose. I don't have that. I have these two adapters. One came with my 9-baud. See if I can get this on film. One of these came with my 9-baud Segway Mini Pro, and then I have this that came. I think this is what came with the E+. So I'm hoping to be able to use one of these two to get my air pump on here. So I'll let you know which works better. Oh wait, yeah, I want to see the pressure too. I think 45 is what I heard Marty say, or Ian, as far as the max PSI. 35 to 45 PSI, so I'm going to try to go to 45. Yeah, this is, I'm going to need to get one of those right angle attachments, I think, because this is definitely not ideal. I'm using my needle nose to get a little bit of outward pressure on this so I can screw this on. Okay, I have that on. So now hopefully I can, this is my bike pump. Okay. Alright. So we're going for, this is 2060. I'm trying to read my pump. This isn't super precise. Okay. It's actually, that might be a couple PSI over 45, but I have a feeling when I loosen this up it's going to pop right off, so. Or I'll lose a couple pounds as I back it off, for sure. Alright. Okay, I'm going to just try to back this off as quickly as possible. Okay, so I did use the 9-baud 1 adapter, and that seemed to work the best. Hopefully this doesn't lose air very often, or on a regular basis, so I don't have to screw with this that often, because it is kind of a pain. Alright, so back this off. I'm going to now plug in the charger. Okay, just before I started charging it, I just wanted to connect it to the Gotway app. I downloaded the Gotway app for my iPhone 6, and it says the battery's right about 30%, which I believe is what Ian's was too when he got his. So I'm going to put it in the charger and see how quickly I can get some juice in it. Alright, I remember Ian documenting this on his video. I plugged the plug into here first before plugging it into the wall, and it sparks. And you actually see green on the LED here before you plug it into the wall. And I gotta remember what he said. The sequence of events to plug this stuff in to avoid that. So I'm gonna let this charge for a little bit. Obviously, I'm not gonna wait for a full charge, but maybe let it charge for I don't know, 20 minutes, and just so I have some juice to get out there and do a little bit of testing. Okay, a couple of other observations as the Msuper is charging. Marty mentioned how the manual is pretty much worthless, although it does have the serial number. But it's almost, well, it's not entirely in Chinese. But the only thing that I see that's in English is just safety instruction information. Even the diagram that points to the various parts of the wheel is in Chinese. So yeah, it's pretty worthless, but I'll hold on to that. Another thing I noticed was, if you see this, can you see this? Looks like a paper cut, right? What it's actually from is when I was getting my air pump off, my thumb grazed the inside of the case that surrounds the wheel, and that is sharp. It's a very sharp edge, man. That's it's not great planning on Gotway's part. You know, you could smooth that out a little bit. That, I mean, it's you can do some serious damage if you're not aware that that's down there. So, and the overall, and again, none of this stuff is new to me because I've seen so many reviews on the Msuper. But you know, the quality of the plastic, it's shiny. It doesn't feel as durable as I might prefer. So, yeah, I might do something down the road, maybe. We'll see. Trolley handle here. I'm not going to be commuting with it, but I guess that's a nice feature. So yeah, at this point, just letting it charge. Oh, and I did look up online. The reason that it sparked was because I plugged the charging port in before plugging it into the wall. You need to do it the other way around. You need to make sure you're plugged into the wall first before you plug this in to avoid it sparking. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back in a bit. Oh, one other observation. I assume it's the rubber. Boy, does it smell. Whew, strong, strong smell. But I'm sure that'll go away once it airs out a little bit. Alright, so it's starting to get a little bit dark. I only had it on the charger for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Just get a little bit of extra juice in it. I'm not going fast. I haven't changed any of the default settings. So it's going to have like a warning, probably 25 kilometers an hour if they even go that fast. So it's totally stock. Okay, so let me get my glasses. Okay, so here we go. feels substantially bigger. Well, there's a lot of adjustments that you can do to it that I need to do. Okay. Well, that feels different. It feels very, very different. I think that the most noticeable thing was I guess the default setting is maybe the soft ride setting, so I felt like I was like on springs. It felt much, much different than the 9x1 E+. You can feel the difference with turning, but again, that's probably has a lot to do with the ride setting and just me not being used to a wheel this size. But I'm going to mess around with a little bit more. If I have any more to add with my initial impression, I'll be back later. But I think Cindy's going to go out and film me a little bit on the Mini Pro. Okay, hi Sadie. So Cindy went out with me. She was following me on her Mini Pro. We went maybe a mile total, very short. It really feels different from the 9x1. I'm going to be going through a whole new experimentation phase as far as like how my feet and legs need to be on there to feel the best. Like I initially had my feet in a position similar to what I have in the 9bot, and it felt like the little foot shifts that I would normally do to turn on the 9bot weren't really turning me that much on the Super, just because of the weight. And you have so much weight and the weight's up high, so there's definitely going to be an adjustment period. And also the ride settings. I'm not sure what ride settings I should be using. The initial ride settings felt too soft, way too soft. I felt like I was just bouncing back and forth. So I set it to the powerful settings. So that felt better. But I guess I'll have to try all three just to compare them. But I'm curious like what other people have generally preferred with the Msupers as far as the ride setting. And again, I didn't change anything with tilt back. I didn't turn any alarms off. I don't think I went over 11, 12 miles an hour. So anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a fun experiment. Didn't fall. That's good. You can definitely feel the stability. I mean, on the downside, it makes turning feel more laborious, but as far as stability goes, the thing really is a tank. It really feels substantial. So, like I said, back in the charger, get a full charge, and tomorrow I'll hit it a lot harder. Till next time, Tough Man out.